A while back, a friend of mine shared a very interesting story that went like this. He said, when I was fresh out of high school, no longer a teenager, but not yet an adult, going out to the clubs every night, getting drunk, especially doing it after work, knowing you have to go to work the next day. And then you go out again and you do it one more time. He said, yeah, I remember that. He says, the unusual thing about that is a lot of times when I came home from the clubs or wherever, I would have a bunch of friends with me. We'd walk into the house and sneak as quietly as we could into the kitchen and look for something to snack on. He said the great thing about that is when I used to do that with my friends, my mom and my dad would wake up. As we're all sitting there and talking, my dad would start to make the fried rice. My mom would start to fry the eggs and the bacon and some toast. My friends and I would continue with our conversations. Parents would say hi to everybody, give us the food, sit down, chat, and then they go back off to bed. He says to me, that was a time when you were at an age where you could eat food that late and have it not bother you. He said, yeah, had a couple of times like that. My friend says, you know, all these years later, when I think about that, I can't quite remember the conversations between me and my friends. But the one thing I do remember is the smell of the food. Fried rice being done, the ingredients it takes to make it, the eggs being beat, poured into the pan, the kind of powder that my dad would put over it, and of course, the smell of frying bacon. Isn't that strange? I said, maybe. He said, what I'm trying to tell you is there is a time in my life where things were not good. I was going through a very rough patch. Marriage ended badly, custody, all that stuff. And of course, I had to go find a place and, stay by myself because at that time my parents were gone and my siblings were in the mainland. One night, 2 o'clock in the morning, I jump up out of bed for some reason that I still can't explain. I sit up, the bedroom door is closed, but I just have this strange sensation. Something tells me to go walk out into the living room, and when I open my bedroom door and I walk out into the living room, the entire place is filled with the smell of bacon frying, eggs being done, toast. But my place, it's pitch black. Nothing like that is happening. But the smell is there. It's so thick. Instead of freaking out and getting chicken skin, I was all of a sudden overwhelmed with this feeling that no matter how bad things were in my life, it was going to get better and that I shouldn't worry. Well, the next day, I get a call. The job that I've been trying to apply for, that I never heard back from for about 6 months, calls. I've got the job if I want it. My ex decides that she wants to have joint custody about a week later. I know it's not anything spectacular, not anything grandiose, but it sort of confirmed this weird feeling about things were going to get better. He said, when I think about it now, the smell of frying bacon and the eggs and the toast, I think that was my mom and dad. It was kind of their way of telling me from the other side that I shouldn't worry. As dark as things were, there was going to be light, and everything was going to be okay. He said, it's the weirdest thing now. Every time I smell bacon and eggs and toast, I think about that. It kind of makes sense. When I think about those teenage days coming home like that and all the wild conversations with my friends and not being able to remember what we were saying, the only thing that sticks out in my mind is the sound and the sensation of the food being done and cooked and fried. I think somehow that seeped into my subconscious It was a way of telling me that my parents loved me, that they'd always be there for me. You know, that night when that smell was in my place, they were. They were there. And things got better.